We were talking about VR earlier.
Sorry, we were.
Have you ever watched
we've streamed
stuff
through VR
in VR?
Yeah.
Like a cinema and stuff.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of YouTube, and it's weird, especially when you've got it on pass-through mode, so you can see everything else in your room still, but then you've just got the screen. But it looks, in the Oculus, it's all black and white in pass-through mode, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it looks better from what I've seen in the new goggles.
Have you got... No, you don't have the Quest 3, do you?
No, I got PSVR.
You got the
2.
VR, yeah. Does that do, like... Can you see through it?
No,
Like, into
yeah,
the
so
real
it's
world?
got a feature where you press a button, then you can see everything in black.
Is it cross-platform?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because we're not going to be able to walk about golf together.
No, we can walk about golf together.
Good.
So what do you think about... So there's levels to it. For me, VR is... I still play regular games more than I play VR games. Because it's just... It comes with an effort.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't ever think that VR is going to be the future of gaming. I don't think that's ever going to be like, this is the platform most of us use now is a VR headset. I don't think that's going to be the case.
What about the Apple thing? What do you think of it?
So, would not buy it.
It's like $5,000 or something,
It's
isn't
so
it?
expensive.
Maybe
It's like
less.
2.5 or 3 grand or something. But I did see some incredible videos on it. Do you guys know who Casey Neistat is?
Yeah.
He did a really good video on it, and it just kind of showcases how people were using it in the real world. I just think it's a very cool thing. Like, especially there was a scene where he was underground in the New York subway and he was just waiting for his train. But while he was waiting for his train, he was just sitting there watching like Jurassic Park, the movie. And you can see everything behind you going on, but you've just got a big screen, like you're a cinema. And that's just like, I think that is really cool. Like just sitting on the train and waiting around, but you're actually watching something at the same time is very cool.
It needs to get to a point where it's like slimline, right?
Like a pair of glasses.
Like this.
Yeah.
Obviously, to a certain... that's not going to be
Because I just don't see people walking around, and I hope it doesn't get to the point where people are walking around with the Apple Pro Vision like on their heads.
I still feel VR's a little bit of a gimmick.
I think so as well.
It is, yeah.
Like, I just feel like it will.
But you haven't played Walkabout Mini Golf yet.
That's the issue. Once I get really into that, it's going to be the best thing in the world. But I just feel like I will not sit and play VR for even over an hour without thinking I need to stop this now. Whereas if I was on Rocket League or Fortnite or something, I'd just be able to sit and play it.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those where I'm glad I borrowed my dad's because it's kind of made me go, probably won't put money into one for myself.
Yeah.
The problem with it is, I think, I'm poo-pooing on VR here, but I love it. Like Apple Vision Pro, right? You can never escape the fact that the screen is always this close to your eyes. So no matter how many pixels you have, there's always that, I don't know, for me, the subliminal awareness that it's like right in front of me. But that being said, if it was £500, for example, I'd consider it because if you fly a lot, if you do long haul flights, you can transport yourself to anywhere you want.
I think that's the main pull for it is like it basically being like a screen on your...
Escapism from like uncomfortable situations.
Like
imagine if you were on the tube when it's like rush hour and it's like you're just surrounded by all these people, you can just go...
I'd just be so scared that people will grab them and steal them though.
Yeah,
I remember when I first bought Beats when they were popular, like the headphones, and I wore them on the tube. Like they'd only just come out, and I was terrified the whole time. I've just constantly been like, someone's going to rip these off
just
my
so
head.
nice about being in a public space and being able to press a button and just being out of it. Like I just recently bought noise cancelling headphones, like the Apple ones.
Me too.
And I go on the tube, and like they have a setting where their main setting is like a microphone. It's picking up everything that's happening around you because they are quite big anyway, so that you can still hear things like you would if you weren't wearing them. But the other function is just complete noise cancellation. And the tube is so like loud and everyone's standing around you, and then you just press a button and you can't hear anything but your music. And it's just something so cool about it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I would like the Apple Vision Pro, but I'm not going to buy it while it's like $3,000 or something.
I think for now, if you ever have, it's like putting aside a bit of time to play some VR. And if I'm listing the games that you need to play, if you like Call of Duty and all that sort of stuff, Pavlov, you've got to play it. Just the best thing about that is when you're running around and it's like people who come up to you or on your team, you can only hear them like when they're stood next to you and start talking to you. So it's like
proximity.
Proximity, that's it.
So it's like the real world. You couldn't hear him.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Like there was this one guy, you know, he was in my line of fire. I accidentally clipped him. He drops. I know that he's coming back for me, right? And he did. And he was going, hey, you come here. And I hear him from this. I'm like, oh, he's coming for me. Runs up. Next thing you know, blackness. He's just shot me in the back of the head. And like these are the memories I take to the grave.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
You should give that a go, actually. I feel
you should try Pablo. We could get on the same team. But yeah, Walkabout Mini Golf's number one. There's a kayaking thing I think I've told you about before. Where my girlfriend killed a penguin.
Yeah, great.
Another memory that lives in her mind a lot. But there's like 3 or 4, 5 games that I would say that you should definitely play.
Maybe I'll have to give some a go as well.
Yeah, I just want to get on Walkabout Golf, and then maybe next time we're in here together, we can
You'll be
talk
really
about...
competitive on it, though.
Yeah, and you've played it loads, so you need to give me a chance to get my bearings.
Oh,
and
yeah,
bear in mind,
Stevie doesn't like being bad at games.
Yeah,
no, so far I'll just turn it off if I am.
Yeah.
I don't need to play it if I'm not good at it.
To be fair, I used to be like
why
that.
would you sit and play something you're not good at?
It's only because I have an inferiority complex of playing like with all my friends who are really good at games, and like things always like, oh, women are bad at games, and that always plays in my mind. So when I play games with my friends, I get like really angry if I'm not good at it because I feel like
you
I'm
need to make
under
friends with people who are rubbish at games.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's all.
let's
I've
play
done.
together then,
Yeah.
Stevie.
Okay, yeah, let's play Rocket League together.
Okay, no.
Do you know what I think is the perfect, and we've got it here at Guild HQ in Shoreditch, the sim racing that we've got here now, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's like the perfect blend of like almost like VR.
Yes.
Yeah, it does feel a bit VR-y, doesn't it?
Because it's hands-on. It's like as close as you can get to obviously racing.
Yeah.
But and you've got the screen in front of you and stuff, but you're still in that setting where you can look over your shoulder, see your enemy there, and whatever.
Enemy.
Else. Yeah, I'm thinking about when I'm racing you later.
But when you put the headphones on as well, you do kind of feel like
immersive.
you're in it.
Yeah, I kind of just forgot where I was for like a solid 15 minutes while I was trying to set a good lap around the track, which didn't happen because I kept going off the track and then it invalidates your lap.
It's almost like you feel like an actual like F1 driver without any of the danger.
Yeah.
Imagine if the chair like rumbled you around as well.
That'd be cool. I went to did I tell you about this when I went to the arcade and that happened to me?
What?
Yeah.
I went on a Need for Speed game.
Oh, and you
it just
didn't know
started-
because
I
it
didn't know.
had a seatbelt.
Told me to belt in, and I was just shaking around everywhere. I was like, "What has just happened? I'm at Hollywood Bowl. But what is this all about?" So if that did that, I'd be really scared. But I saw you on those sim racing earlier, and you got that really good lap time of about 9 minutes on a 1 minute track.
I went to the bathroom and came back.
F1 drivers wouldn't do that, would they?
That's true. If you can do it, you got to lock yourself in.
Yeah, you got to be a pro.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had... Do you don't think he's pro? Oh, okay.
Sorry, we were just laughing at each other.
Yeah.
We're immature and childish.
We are
You should know
immature.
this by now.
I do, and I have to sit between you two while it happens. So I'm just like, all right, when's it over? When's it over, guys? If you had sim racing at home, if you were really into like racing games, and I suppose most people would just play with a controller, but if you had sim racing at home, do you think that you would mostly play in the sim racing rig, or you would like lay in bed and just like play on with your controller?
I think that sim racing in particular is for competitive racing fans. Obviously, as a novelty experience, or like if you want to do something with your mates, it's great for like a few hours or whatever. I think the people like, so my girlfriend's brother has invested a load of money in a room in his house, and he's built his own sim racing setup, and he plays every day, but practices.
Yeah.
And then he's got the dream of, or the ambition of getting into an online competitive circuit, and then you play for money and whatever else. But I think it's if you're actually addicted to that, getting faster laps and whatever else, I'd much rather be in the seat.
Yeah, I mean, you probably would have to be. I worked an event recently, which was a sim racing event, and the guys that were at the event had come from all over the world, and they had won in their own country's bracket of like sim racing to come to this event. And it is just really crazy how they all have different ways of playing. Some of them play with gloves on, some of them play without their shoes on, or like, and it just really, it solidified to me. I was like, okay, this is like, this is serious. Like they're taking this very seriously.
Sure.
Whereas I jump on it and I'm just like...
Yeah, but you're doing it for fun. It feels like you've accomplished something more in sim racing.
It
Like
does.
when you finish a lap in there, like you're really like, I don't want to miss this corner. I don't want to break
sure.
my lap time or whatever. But when you're doing it with a controller, it just feels a bit
It's
like...
analog
you're
stick,
just
innit?
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I played FIFA with a friend a few years ago, he scored this wonder goal against me, and I was so annoyed that he was buzzed. He was going, yeah, oh my God, what a goal. And I went, mate, you just press circle.
Yeah.
You did nothing.
Just
but
clicking
on sim
buttons.
racing, you can't do that. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you've moved your feet at the right time. You've done all this pedal stuff. And the pedals it's all like proper feedback as well, as you got proper feedback.
I'm
from
trying to press the
steering
brake
wheel.
pedal and I'm
the
like...
brake pedal's really tight.
I'm scared I'm going to get in my own car
later.
later and just be like jolting myself forward because I'm pressing the brakes so hard.
I hate people who say you just press circle, by the way.
No, so do I. I was angry.
It's been thinking about that for like a
But
solid
in
5
essence,
seconds.
You are, aren't you? Especially on a game like FIFA.
What if you finesse it? It's
Well,
our
either
one
way,
circle.
okay, you're pressing, but on a game like FIFA, if you're scoring a wonder goal from 40 yards because you've got Haaland or something, then that's way less impressive than when you watch the pros and they're taking on players and doing more. And that's all he did. He was rubbish at the game, but he scored a goal from 40 yards because he just went, let's hit
Even
that.
I scored a banger at the charity event that we did Anthony Nolan.
Even her.
Even me.
Even you.
You should have seen the most recent video we did where I tried to take a penalty and it was just the worst thing you've probably ever seen. So, yeah.
I've seen that.
I agree with you, Stevie.
That's what I mean. But sim racing, you feel like you've done it, you feel like you're in it, and you feel like you've actually achieved something other than holding R2 and moving your analog stick.
Well,
because even I can do that.